Even as new buildings dot our county's landscape, the connection to our past is strong. We're a people strongly rooted in tradition, family, place, and community. It is often said that we can predict our future by examining our past. What can we learn from our history? What makes our communities unique? The answers can be found in the history of a county called Robertson.
Robertson County is a beautiful and prosperous county, filled with magnificent countryside, a thriving economy, and outstanding citizens. I'm Howard Bradley, County Executive for Robertson County, Tennessee. At first glance, our county may seem like a typical southern county. In fact, many lifelong residents aren't aware of the national and even worldwide recognition that's been given to our county throughout its history. For the next few minutes, I'd like you to join me as we take a look at the people and events that have made modern-day Robertson County the beautiful and prosperous county it is today. Within Robertson County are 11 incorporated cities: Adams, Cedar Hill, Coopertown, Cross Plains, Greenbrier, Orlinda, Ridgetop, and Springfield. All lie completely within the county, while approximately half of White House resides in Sumner County, and Millersville and Portland lie mostly in Sumner County. Our county is a combination of open fields and pastures, city streets and industry. The convenience to Nashville and two major interstates brings in new families every day and has helped grow our county to its current population of 60,000 residents. Many people who live in Robertson County don't realize that Tennessee was actually once part of the Western Territory of North Carolina. In the early 18th century, the territory was labeled as Indian Territory by the federal and state governments. But in the 1760s, a group of French traders established a trading post in the area we now call Nashville. This attracted hunters who traveled in search of wild game, furs, and other resources. Names like Daniel and Squire Boone, Gaspar Mansker, Thomas Kilgore, Henry Skaggs, and others would find their way to the area and forever leave their mark on this land. In 1774, the Transylvania Company was organized in an effort to bring more settlers into the Kentucky and Tennessee area, and later employed James Robertson as project leader. You may have heard James Robertson referred to as the father of Middle Tennessee. He was born in Virginia, but as a young man moved to North Carolina. Having heard and answered the call of the West, he journeyed in the spring of 1770 from North Carolina to the Holston River in East Tennessee. There he met John Sevier, Isaac Shelby, and others in founding the Watauga Settlement, the first Democratic colony west of the Appalachian Mountains. Of him, Judge John Haywood said,
"Like almost all those in America who have attained distinction, Robertson could boast of neither noble lineage nor splendid ancestry. But he had what was far more valuable: a sound mind, a healthy body, a robust frame, an intrepid soul, and an emulous desire for honest fame."
In personal appearance, Robertson was tall, a fair complexion, light blue eyes, and dark hair. Though quiet and retiring in manner, he was by nature a leader of men and master of affairs. The Revolutionary War took place from 1775 to 1783, And soon after the war had ended, North Carolina realized it was unable to pay its soldiers for their efforts.
The North Carolina legislature passed a resolution creating 2 new counties out of the county named Tennessee. Those 2 counties were Robertson and Montgomery County.
This area was set aside as a military reservation by the North Carolina government. We had fought a Revolutionary War. They did not have the funds to pay their soldiers for their war service, so they allotted them land. If you were a private, you got 640 acres. And as your rank rose, so did the acreage that you received.
In 1796, Tennessee was admitted to the Union and became the 16th state. A meeting was held to organize the new state's government, and the area once known as Tennessee County, North Carolina, was divided into 2 separate counties. The western half was named Montgomery County, after Colonel John Montgomery, and the eastern half was named Robertson County in honor of General James Robertson. It was also agreed that when Robertson County's seat of government was located and established by the commissioners, the new town should be called Springfield. But it wasn't until 2 years later, in 1798, that the location with Springfield was actually chosen.
They just declared that there would be a county seat for the county of Robertson to be established as near the center as possible, I suppose, and that it would have the name of Springfield. I've heard people say, oh, well, they did it because there were so many springs here. Well, they didn't even know at the time that the name was given where the city was to be located.
The Tennessee Constitutional Convention appointed commissioners and instructed them to establish the county government system and raise money to build a courthouse and jail.
The courthouse that we currently have, the center section, was built in 1879. It was a red brick building and quite lovely. And in 1929, they added the north and south wings and the clock tower.
I remember the discussion. I was real small, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. But I saw them when they put it up, and I remember them talking about the fact they'd ordered the clock from England to put it up and so forth. And of course, I stood on that clock for 32 years later. In fact, I was up there when they had the tremor here one time. It shook some of the blocks out of the tower up there.
Commissioners purchased approximately 50 acres of land, and Thomas Johnson, a surveyor who came to Robertson County in 1789, laid out a plan for the design of Springfield. The first courthouse and jail were built of log in the summer of 1799, and in the following years the county levied taxes, set salaries for county officials, provided for public safety, and regulated morals.
Did you know that Robertson County's first known permanent white settler was a man by the name of Thomas Kilgore? He was a hunter from North Carolina who fought rough terrain as he traveled on foot across the Appalachian Mountains in search of a place to start a farm and raise a family. He established Kilgore Station in 1778, near what would eventually become known as the City of Cross Plains. Did you know that when the Springfield Courthouse clock tower was added in 1929, the local newspaper held a contest to name the new clock? When the contest was over, several names were in the running, but the winning name was Father Time.